Today, we play with some of the biggest and highest rated players on FIFA 16. That is right, Team of the Season La Liga is upon us, and some of the ratings of these players are just phenomenal. So it's TOTS versus Sweat today, big style on La Liga. We're going to go with a 4-2-2 squad, and in goal we are using the Team of the Season Oblak. Now, just straight off the bat, I don't really like this guy. He seemed to have no hands when I played with him in game. So if you're looking for any recommendations for a goalkeeper in La Liga, I would go with either Ter Stegen or Bravo. Both the Barcelona keepers I can highly recommend. Very good goalies. I didn't like TOTS Oblak. I haven't tried TOTS Navas. But in our first TOTS versus Sweat battle, it is the fullbacks, of course. We have the 80 rated Dimarcos versus the 89 rated Team of the Season Filipe Luis, the Brazilian who plays for Atletico. We've then got a relatively high-rated player coming in at centre-back today. It's not Bailey, he is our Sweat player. He's the 77-rated, upgraded centre-back. And we've got the 95-rated Godin, Team of the Season. Surely that's a very, very easy battle for him to win. Now, moving on to the CDMs, we have got Enzo Perez, one of the I would say he's one of the most used midfielders in the league. And then we've got TOTS Bruno, so a Spanish 88 rated CDM there. And in our cam positions, we have gone very sweaty on the Sweat side. We've got Atsu, who's got like 92 pace. He's not really got skill moves, but he is that pacey player who you would definitely class as Sweat, versus the 89 rated Team of the Season Koke. And then we've got, all hail, the 95 Griezmann up front. We've gone with a Sweat player of the upgraded Bakambu. He's below like 80 rated. He's one of the quickest strikers in the league. He's big, he's strong. Definitely something you would put in a Sweat team. And then this glorious 95 Griezmann with 95 pace, 97 shooting, 96 dribbling, 93 passing. Absolutely ridiculous stats. So that's the way it currently looks. How would you feel if Team of the Season versus Sweat looked a little bit like this and we switched the players around? I'd like to know in the comments section whether you prefer the TOTS all on one side or whether you'd prefer me to mix it up so that I'm not necessarily just going down the left-hand side of the pitch to, you know, sweat it out to get TOTS to win this battle and stuff like that. You know, I'm not going to just try and get the goals with TOTS, or I'm not just going to play it down over to the Sweat side and try and boost their stats and stuff. Let me know what you would prefer. In my opinion, I think if we were to mix the squad up a bit, so there was some Sweat on one side, some TOTS on the other side, and vice versa, I think it would probably be a little bit fairer, because, you know, you wouldn't necessarily be playing down one side of the pitch. However, I know that it's called TOTS versus Sweat, and in like a visual sense, having all of the TOTS on one side and having all of the Sweat on the other side it seems quite legit as well. It seems right almost. So let me know what you think down below in the comments section. In terms of the players that actually played in this TOTS versus Sweat little session that I had, it was a fun team because, well, some of the sweaty players in this team are very sweaty and very and quite good, and then the TOTS La Liga players are just something else, man. They're ridiculously good, especially the 95s. They stand out so much. They definitely play to the rating as such, which is great. But left back and right back is something that I can always I always prefer the Sweat players, because typically they're very, very quick. Sometimes they're around sort of 6 foot, bit of strength on them, can get up and down that wing so very quick. And even though they don't have good shooting or good dribbling, what they do really well. And then maybe I don't need my left back to be an 89 rated Team of the Season Filipe Luis. I mean, how often am I going to even want to take a shot with him, or how often am I going to be up the pitch enough to whip the ball in? I don't know. These are the questions I ask myself when I make these videos. Bailey, I have to say, is a little bit of a standout for the Sweat player, the centre-back. He is extremely good. He's a real high-pressure centre-back. I think he has got high work rate, attacking, should I say. He definitely pushes onto those strikers as soon as they get the ball. Sometimes that can leave you a little bit out of position, but sometimes, man, it just takes the ball off of them, and he seems like one of the best centre-backs on the game. And then going forwards, well, it really was the definition of TOTS versus Sweat. Atsu, the Sweat player, I actually thought he was kind of useless. Like, he didn't have a first touch as such. Like, he was quick, don't get me wrong, but could he really run with the ball? He would have to control it first, and that's where things go awry for him and stuff like that. I don't know. Let's rate these players and see what I prefer in the La Liga, Tots or Sweat. As I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't really recommend you getting the Oblak team of the season because he doesn't really do anything. And I think in the battle of left back and right back, I think Sweat probably wins because they both perform to a similar standard. And in that point, why would you pay more for something like over 100k for your left back? Save those coins, put it into another area of the team, 1-0 to Sweat. And as much as I like Bailey in the centre-back spot, I think it's probably quite clear that 95 Godin is an absolute tank, and it's so difficult to beat him. So Tots evens it out. It's 1-1 at the moment. We move on to the defensive midfielders, of which I think I've really enjoyed TOTS Bruno. He was just an exceptional player. He's not the quickest, but every other stat is way above 80 for him, and I really like him. So it goes 2-1 to TOTS. And it's going to go 3-1 to TOTS straight up because Atsu was garbage in my opinion, whereas team of the season Koke, he can score goals, but one thing he can really do is assist them. He's got this beautiful pass on him, and I really did enjoy using him. And then it's pretty much a whitewash today. 4-1 to team of the season because 95 Griezmann is the truth. He is fully legit one of the best players I've used on FIFA 16. He's definitely someone I wanted to do a FUTWIZ player review for, so if you want to click up there and subscribe to the FUTWIZ channel, that would be much appreciated. 4 videos over there every single week, and we'll definitely talk a lot in depth about the 95 rated Griezmann. Got to give it to Bakambu. He's a pretty solid player, and actually in this team he got quite a lot of assists and a couple of goals for himself, but really in the end TOTS Griezmann is phenomenal, one of the left foot of gods you could say. Now that is the end of team of the season versus Sweat for the La Liga, an absolute whitewash for La Liga today, 4-1. That's the most different score we've had. I think every single time so far, apart from today's video, it's come down to the last player. So it's a bit different today. The La Liga TOTS players are the truth. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure then to smash a like on the video, and of course subscribe to my channel if you are new. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.